This is a truly vital message, and honestly, if you're over 50, what I'm about to share could completely transform the way you think about your daily meals, especially when it comes to a food as common and beloved as eggs. We're talking about combinations you probably make every single day, completely unaware of the subtle, silent dangers that lurk when these seemingly innocent ingredients meet. This isn't just about avoiding discomfort. It's about safeguarding your energy, protecting your digestion, and ultimately extending your vibrant years. And trust me, you absolutely need to stick around for the final two insights. They are the most crucial, the most overlooked, and frankly, the ones that could make the biggest difference to your long-term health and vitality. You simply cannot afford to miss the very end of this video. Your future self will undoubtedly thank you for paying attention. Unseen hazards. You know, it's quite remarkable how deeply ingrained our eating habits become over a lifetime, isn't it? We develop these comfortable, almost unconscious routines, especially when it comes to the foods we reach for day in and day out. For so many of us, eggs are an undisputed champion in the kitchen, a go-to for a quick protein-packed breakfast, a convenient lunch, or even a light dinner. They're celebrated for their versatility, their affordability, and the sheer abundance of nutrients they offer, often hailed as a near-perfect food. And in many respects, that praise is well-deserved. Eggs are incredibly nourishing. But here's the crucial caveat, the little-known secret that most people, particularly as they navigate the journey of aging, simply don't grasp. Not all good things, even incredibly healthy things, are designed to work in perfect harmony when combined. Think of it like this. Imagine you have two highly beneficial components, each magnificent on its own. Now, if you try to integrate them without understanding their underlying mechanisms, you might not get the synergistic effect you hoped for. Instead, you could end up with a conflict, a neutralization, or even a detrimental outcome. With food, this biochemical discord isn't always immediately obvious, like an allergic reaction or food poisoning. No, this is far more insidious, a kind of subtle systemic incompatibility that unfolds quietly within your intricate digestive system. It's about the complex interplay of various compounds, how specific nutrients are absorbed, or more critically not absorbed, and the extra burden it places on your body to process combinations it's simply not optimally equipped to handle. For younger individuals with robust metabolic rates and an abundance of digestive enzymes, these minor clashes might be easily overcome, almost imperceptible. But as we age, our digestive capabilities naturally begin to wane. Enzyme production might decrease, our metabolism tends to slow, and our bodies become a little less resilient, a little less forgiving. What might have been an innocuous pairing in your 20s or 30s can quite literally evolve into a silent, persistent drain on your health in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. This isn't about restrictive diets. It's about intelligent, informed choices and giving your incredibly complex, aging body the careful consideration and respect it profoundly deserves. It's about understanding the subtle language of your own biology. Dairy dilemma. Let's zero in on the first significant pairing that often raises eyebrows, primarily because it's such an omnipresent combination in so many cultures. Eggs and certain dairy products, particularly cheese and milk, especially when consumed in substantial quantities. Just picture it in your mind's eye, a fluffy omelette generously loaded with cheddar or mozzarella, creamy scrambled eggs made with a generous splash of milk, or a hearty breakfast burrito brimming with both. Sounds incredibly appetizing, doesn't it? And undeniably, it is. But here lies the crux of the issue, the subtle twist that often goes unnoticed. Both eggs and many dairy products are inherently rich in both protein and fat. When these two powerhouse food groups are combined, you're essentially constructing a remarkably heavy, calorically dense, and often difficult to digest meal that can present a formidable challenge for your digestive system, particularly as the years accumulate and your digestive fire naturally mellows. Your body, in its tireless effort to extract nutrients, has to marshal and produce a truly significant quantity of various digestive enzymes to efficiently break down such a concentrated load of protein and fat simultaneously. For a considerable number of individuals, this intense digestive effort can manifest as uncomfortable symptoms such as bloating, persistent gas, abdominal discomfort, and a pervasive, unwelcome feeling of sluggishness and heaviness that can linger for hours after eating. More critically, beyond just the comfort factor, the high calcium content prevalent in many milk and cheese products can, under certain circumstances, significantly impede the optimal absorption of iron, a vital mineral found abundantly in eggs. Iron is absolutely indispensable, especially for older adults, playing a crucial role in maintaining robust energy levels, preventing fatigue, and warding off iron deficiency anemia, a common concern in the aging population. So, ironically, while you might be under the impression that you're strategically doubling down on your nutritional intake, you could inadvertently be creating a biochemical scenario where your body struggles to fully assimilate and utilize the invaluable nutrients present in either food. It's not an indictment of dairy or eggs individually, rather, it's an invitation to be more discerning and mindful about the quantities and frequencies with which you combine them, perhaps exploring lighter, plant-based alternatives to accompany your eggs occasionally, or simply separating these rich foods in your meal planning to give your digestive system a much-needed break. Sweet spoilers. Now, this next point is one that is almost universally overlooked, a culinary blind spot for many, largely because it involves a practice we engage in almost automatically, particularly during that quintessential morning meal. I am, of course, referring to the common habit of pairing eggs with an abundance of overly sweet items. Think fluffy pancakes drenched in syrup, crispy waffles, sugary breakfast cereals, or even a seemingly innocent glass of fruit juice that's packed with concentrated sugars and often very little actual fruit fiber. On the surface, this combination often appears utterly harmless, even appealing. You've got your excellent source of protein and fat from the eggs, perfectly balanced, or so it seems, with a touch of delightful sweetness to kickstart your day. But here lies the profound, often missed critical insight. When you consume a high-protein, high-fat food like eggs, alongside a significant infusion of simple carbohydrates and refined sugars, you are, quite literally, setting your blood sugar levels on a highly undesirable, dramatic roller coaster ride, creating peaks and valleys that can be detrimental over time. The protein and fat inherent in eggs perform the beneficial role of slowing down the overall digestive process, which, in most contexts, is a desirable physiological effect. However, when this natural digestive deceleration is juxtaposed with a rapid concentrated influx of sugar, your body's delicate insulin response can become highly erratic and dysregulated. For older adults, who are frequently more susceptible to these very blood sugar imbalances, this specific combination can prove to be exceptionally problematic, silently contributing to a cascade of unwelcome effects. It can directly lead to those frustrating energy crashes and feelings of fatigue that often plague us later in the day, contribute significantly to the insidious development of insulin resistance over a prolonged period, and even exacerbate systemic inflammation, a silent driver of many age-related health issues. Instead of a smooth, steady, and sustained release of vital energy throughout your morning, you're unwittingly creating a scenario of sharp, unsettling peaks, followed by precipitous, draining valleys. Just take a moment to honestly reflect on how you genuinely feel after indulging in a large, sugary breakfast. Often an initial, fleeting burst of energy swiftly succeeded by an undeniable slump, a feeling of lethargy. That, my friends, is your sophisticated body struggling valiantly to cope with a biochemical imbalance you've inadvertently created. A far wiser approach would be to opt for complex carbohydrates, rich in fiber, or whole unprocessed fruits to accompany your eggs, thereby promoting a far more balanced and enduring release of energy that truly sustains you. Meat mishaps. This particular pairing is undoubtedly one of the most irresistible temptations for a vast number of people, a deeply entrenched staple in countless breakfast establishments and home kitchens across the globe. Eggs served alongside processed meats such as crispy bacon, savory sausage patties, or thinly sliced ham. Oh, the tantalizing aroma that wafts from the pan, the satisfying sizzle and crackle. It truly is a quintessential, beloved combination, profoundly woven into the very fabric of our breakfast culture. But my friends, it's absolutely imperative that we engage in a moment of brutal honesty and clear-eyed assessment regarding the true nature of what these processed meats actually are beyond their delicious facade. They are, almost without exception, incredibly high in saturated fats, laden with excessive sodium and brimming with nitrates and other artificial preservatives. Compounds that, while making the meat last longer and appear more appealing on the plate, are emphatically not doing your body any discernible favors, especially as you progress through the years and your physiological systems become more delicate. When you combine these inherently heavy, often chemically modified and nutritionally sparse processed meats with your eggs, you are, in essence, constructing a meal that is exceptionally taxing, placing a considerable strain on both your delicate cardiovascular system and your hard-working digestive organs. The alarmingly high saturated fat content in these meats can contribute directly to increased levels of undesirable cholesterol, quietly yet steadily elevating your risk profile. Concurrently, the egregious levels of sodium place an undeniable burden on your blood pressure regulation, forcing your heart and kidneys to work harder than necessary. Furthermore, the combined onslaught of fats and proteins from both the eggs and the processed meats can conspire to slow down your digestion to an uncomfortably pronounced degree, leading to prolonged feelings of fullness, discomfort, and potentially leaving you feeling heavy, bogged down, and profoundly lethargic for a significant portion of your day. This isn't a radical call to banish bacon forever from your life. Rather, it's a crucial understanding that this specific combination should be viewed as an occasional, indulgent treat, certainly not a daily go-to or a foundation for optimal health. It's an invitation to consciously explore and embrace leaner, unprocessed protein options, or perhaps even creative plant-based alternatives, to thoughtfully accompany your eggs, ensuring your body receives true nourishment without unnecessary burdens. Starchy traps. And now, for the final revelation, the one that genuinely catches a multitude of individuals completely off guard, precisely because it feels so utterly natural, so wholesome, and so deeply ingrained in our perception of a balanced breakfast. The pervasive habit of combining eggs with refined starches. I'm speaking specifically of items like ubiquitous white bread, sweet pastries, or even generous servings of simple potatoes in various forms. Just conjure up the image of your quintessential egg sandwich nestled between two slices of soft white bread, or the decadent Eggs Benedict perched atop an English muffin, or that classic expansive breakfast plate adorned with crispy hash browns and a side of buttered toast. These are, without a shadow of a doubt, the very cornerstones of the breakfast experience for countless individuals globally. The fundamental issue here isn't that these specific foods are inherently malevolent or completely devoid of any nutritional value. Rather, it's about their form, their quantity, and most critically, how they interact when paired with eggs, particularly within the context of an aging and potentially less robust digestive system. Refined starches, by their very nature, undergo a rapid breakdown process within your body, swiftly converting into simple sugars. When you introduce this rapid sugar conversion alongside the slow digesting protein and fat profile of eggs, you're creating an exceedingly complex and often conflicting digestive scenario for your body to manage. Your system is simultaneously attempting to process quickly absorbed sugars and slowly assimilated proteins, a biochemical juggling act that it's not always equipped to perform optimally. This intricate interplay can, as we've discussed, lead to a similar pattern of precipitous blood sugar spikes followed by draining crashes. But it also creates an internal environment where undesirable fermentation can occur more readily in the gut, often culminating in increased, uncomfortable gas and significant bloating. Furthermore, a critical point often overlooked is that these refined starches typically lack the crucial dietary fiber found abundantly in whole grains. Fiber that is absolutely indispensable for maintaining optimal digestive health, promoting regularity, and preventing common age-related digestive issues as we get older. The good news is that small intentional adjustments can yield profound benefits. Simply swapping out your white bread for a truly whole grain alternative or consciously reducing your portion size of potatoes can instigate a significant and positive shift in how you feel, how effectively your body processes these meals, and ultimately how vital and energetic you feel throughout your day. So there you have it, my friends. 5 commonplace, often cherished food pairings that, when consistently combined with eggs, might very well be subtly, silently, yet persistently undermining your health, particularly if you're navigating the beautiful, complex journey of your golden years. This isn't about fostering fear or adopting extreme, unsustainable dietary restrictions. Absolutely not. This is about enlightenment, about profound awareness. It's about empowering each and every one of you with truly actionable knowledge that allows you to make more astute, more nourishing choices that genuinely support your inherent vitality, protect your precious energy levels, and undeniably contribute to a longer, more vibrant, and more fulfilling life. You unequivocally deserve to feel energetic, to feel light, and to experience a profound sense of vibrancy and well-being every single day you wake up. I urge you to take this invaluable information to deeply reflect on your own established eating habits and to begin, however subtly, making those small yet incredibly powerful shifts. Remember, your body is an astonishingly intricate and resilient machine, and with the right intelligent fuel, thoughtfully combined and consciously consumed, it will continue to serve you magnificently for a great many joyful years yet to come. YouTube comment. This entire video felt like a direct conversation with my future self. The sweet spoilers and starchy traps chapters completely resonated with me, making me rethink my entire breakfast game. So many things I never even considered. Thank you for this absolutely essential knowledge.